Guys, we are talking NFTs now, right? I hope that you guys have been investing in them, finding ways to capitalize on this market. It's been hot, right? It's been a hot market. You're hearing a lot of stories. And I do believe that, we're at February 10th today. I do believe that we're going to break another record. But I do also see an inevitable decline at some point in the current state of the market. I don't want that to be equated with NFTs as an investment are bad because the market's dipping so quickly and it's so volatile. The market and the product are going to eventually find different levels of playing fields. My number one objective in this group for you guys today is to show you guys who are into crypto investing that NFTs have a maturity process happening right now. They're going through a process where I believe NFTs will be as used like a credit card in your wallet. They'll just have them around for subscriptions, for storing files and music, for all kinds of applications that you're going to see in gaming, portable assets that you can bring in and out of the metaverse. So the whole idea of NFT investing is, yeah, we all want to get rich. And yeah, get rich quick is always great. We can do it. Right? But I want you guys to be aware of what's happening right now in the marketplace as I see it. I'm involved in multiple projects. I'm involved in creating a launch pad with Dante. I'm involved in so many amazing things in the NFT space. I get to see things from a bird's eye point of view. And I wanted to share with you a brief update. I won't take too much of your time. I know you guys just want to get out there and start investing now, but I want to share with you guys some things that I'm seeing. Let's look at some news, okay? And this will point to the maturity of the market. Did you guys hear yesterday a rare NFT from the CryptoPunks collection was sold for 2,501 Ethereum. Someone do the math quick for me on that. What's that worth today? What's that worth? 2,501 Ethereum, or yesterday. You can use yesterday's figure.
Like 75K something? No,
Yeah.
sorry, 75.
7.5 million.
Million, yeah.
7.5 million, correct.
Yeah, correct. And this, it's obviously a legacy NFT project, if you will. And legacy is like a funny word because it's like what, a year ago, 2 years, less than 2 years ago, that everything was, being put together in terms of the marketplace for NFTs. They've been around longer, but just saying the popularity of these things has been relatively new. And on top of that, we're seeing Nintendo exploring the metaverse. They put out a press release saying that they're going to be exploring metaverse and NFTs. They are, in my opinion, the biggest gaming company in the world, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, they're at a caliber where if they say they're going all in on NFTs, well, you know that there's some merit there, right? There was another press release about the NFL, okay, releasing tickets as NFTs, right? Which will be pretty amazing to see. So if the NFL is getting involved, pretty amazing. And we're also, of course, looking at, again, with CryptoPunks, Sotheby's announced they're going to be selling a collection of 104 CryptoPunks for $25 million as a starting price. But where it goes to, what it sells for, guys, I don't know where it's going to end up. But these are the kinds of moves that are being made in the NFT market now, big moves. Now, too rich for my blood. And I don't know how you guys are doing, but it's probably too rich for a lot of people's blood to get in on that. But the point is the maturity of the market is happening right before our eyes. Big companies moving in. Last time I was mentioning Walmart getting involved and Shopify and all these companies getting involved. But now we're looking at even more adoption in mainstream, which makes me believe that NFTs are here to stay. And the investment that we see now is just immature. And we're just not seeing where, we're just seeing a flippers market, people getting in, getting out, using tools like I described before, like Nansen and Icy tools to find those flips and do that. As we know, gaming is going to be the big gateway, the gateway drug that gets people hooked into these things. Again, I know I use a story to death. Last night, my daughter comes to me Dad, please, I want some Robux. I need to buy a Robux pack. I'm like, so is it the Robux NFT and you can sell it and give me some money back later? No, they just want Robux. I'm like, oh, all right, we'll talk. You know, but in the gaming sphere, Gala Games, no pushover in the gaming space. They're announced a $5 billion NFT investment, a gaming NFT investment, $5 billion injected into that economy. So everyone is just stacking their coins, if you will. They're into the NFT markets. And so it's going to explode. If you guys are going to get into NFTs in the short term to long term, this year, look for those NFTs that give you access to gaming assets that other people will want. Look to projects like D-Race, right? Look to projects that are on the IMX network. Actually, there's some really good ones, Gods Unchained. These are really good projects to get involved in because they're established well. They've had some time. So you know that they're not going to be like a rug pull like we're seeing with some of these other projects. But the thing with games is that the blockchain games will take years to become really playable. What is it that's really playable right now? It's like Axie Infinity, and it's like, what are the graphics like on that? Like pixels. It's very very low key. So you need to be aware of the early stage that we're in, and of course comes risk with that. Okay, but getting in early is excitable. It's profitable, but not without its hiccups. I'm going to point to another gaming project that launched this week, a very popular one, which had a major problem. Does anybody know of any NFT projects that launched this week where people were having a very difficult time minting the project and where the owners had to come out and make some public statements? Oh, starts with a P, ends with Mon, Pixelmon. Okay, I'm not going to knock them. Okay, look, I sympathize with some of these projects because I know how hard it is to put together, and I understand that they're taking tremendous risk. They don't want to dox themselves because they're afraid of failure, they're probably not trying to rug pull anybody. They're just legitimately experimenting in this field at a very high level with millions of dollars at their disposal, and they are trying very hard to make something work in a space that's so new and there's so much room for error. But these guys sold 8,100 NFTs, and each one of them was 3 Ethereum. I know that we're used to seeing sales of NFTs for like 0.08, 0.06 Ethereum, maybe 1 Ethereum. This was 3 Ethereum. Okay, and they raised $70 million doing that. And like I said, the team is undoxed, they are anonymous, and they were promising to build a game. So the promise here, the utility is that there will be a game launched with this NFT, and they have, unfortunately, we have no idea if they have an actual game built or even what the team is capable of building. Remember what I said before about assets from stores, assets that people can just download and quickly throw together game trailers. It's very easy to get enamored by these things and get sucked into the hype. And speaking of hype, these guys had the same thing that everyone else would have. They had a website. They had a ton of followers on Twitter. They had a very thriving Discord channel. Despite all of this, right? They were still not, the holders were still not able to mint. Okay. And the value of the mint that happened declined so fast that people were selling them at 1 ETH or 1.1 ETH. But they did try to make it up. So in all fairness, they said they'll have a Dutch auction for the holders who lost. I have to dive into their Twitter a little bit more and see what they've come up with. But from what I understand, they're doing a pretty good job of trying to rectify the situation. But these are the kinds of problems that you can get into when you get into a hype project you know nothing about, and you don't take into consideration the standard metrics, the standard sniff tests that we put these NFT projects through. Another major project that launched this last week was Hate Beast. And if you haven't heard of Hate Beast, then I'm sorry, you're living under a rock. But Hate Beast was, the most anticipated project, I believe since Mechaverse, and it had a very similar Mechaverse moment where a lot of them have declined in value as soon as the reveal happened. But you know, I know a couple of people who sold at around 8 Ethereum, which is awesome. And I'm glad they did, because the post reveal drop was around 1 to 3 Ethereum. So, you know, once they don't get a rare HAPE, they sell it. They want to dump. And that's true for even very popular projects. Now, if you haven't heard of HAPE Beast, it's still okay. I know I see you're living under a rock, but that's because even though it's the darling of the NFT world, it's still not Nike, is it? It's still not Pepsi. It's not Walmart. It's not Nintendo. So that's what we're happening here, is we're having these projects that are tremendous effort getting put into them, but you know, they don't have they're not Coca-Cola. They don't have those gigantic marketing budgets, or that the teams of people that may have experience or not. So with that, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a direction. Knowing all of this, knowing that even popular projects can have really bad days, knowing what we're getting into with the crypto market, like Dante was mentioning, if things keep going up, right? It really is anyone's guess. Like I said, do your own research. But generally, when crypto goes up, NFTs tend to go down, and people will always follow the money. All right. And there will be a shakeout of projects in the months to come if there is a decline. And what will happen? Only the blue chip projects will survive. Blue chip projects will be like 2% of the entire NFT market, right? 98% of these NFTs just start. If you haven't started liquidating them, my advice right now would be, and you do your own research, please, but be aware of projects that may go down and never come back. That's the danger, okay? When you look at the market as a whole, you've got stocks, you've got bonds, you've got real estate investing, precious metals, and you got crypto way on the deep end, you know, and everyone's still kind of curious, like, crypto, you guys are degens. But NFT is on the deep end of the deep end, all right? The way people are treating NFT investments. So you got to be aware of how quickly the rug can get pulled underneath you. Even on legitimate projects, they may go down and they may never come back. But when they're up, they're a lot of fun to be involved in. I met some great people through NFT investing, but NFTs as a utility will continue to be on everyone's minds going forward, because like trading cards, it's interesting, it's fun, and the utility is obviously something that is new and fresh. But please, when you look at the upcoming bear markets for NFTs, have a positive attitude and be optimistic. You can now get some of these very popular blue chip projects at a discount, and you may want to look into that. You may want to look into getting those discounted projects during those bear markets. So stack your ETH, stack it up big while the market's going up now, okay? And pay attention to the track records of these. Go on to OpenSea, look at what's popular now, take note, and see if it's still popular 3 months from now. Very, very important exercise to do. Very simple, and you don't need any tools or money to spend on that. Take a minute of your day and even just screenshot it and stick it somewhere in a note application, right? And then just put a little to-do, say it's 3 months from now, check to see who's still in the top 10. Are they the same projects? See what's going on, right? So it may continue bull, right? But hopefully you've been following my pointers along the way for getting involved in projects. I'll go back and review some of the videos that I've done to see what those pointers are. And as always, I'm here to help you guys. If you have any questions, floor is open.